Just real brief. I know you want to ask these guys some questions, but it was a good game for us. We just beat a really quality opponent, and there's a number of stats when you look at them, and I would think we could even play better. But it's a good win against a good team, and there's a lot for us to continue to work on, which is also a positive. So we'll continue to work to get better.
Questions for the players?
Jalen, can you talk about not only tonight but this season so far? It seems like you're making up for lost time from the injury from a year ago. Can you talk about that, Jalen?
Yeah, when I had got hurt, I was just thinking about just coming back, coming back for, like, you know what I'm saying, like you said, lost of time. I missed about 9 or 10 games last season. So I should have, won freshman of the year, but I didn't. So I'm just coming back and coming harder.
Was there any apprehension with the injury that you would get back not only your shooting touch but your quickness out on the floor?
Yeah.
One thing I had told Jalen, the first 7 games, we weren't going to start him until after Florida because I wanted to make sure he didn't play as many minutes as he played tonight until at least he had a number of games under his belt.
Right.
How much, you've been playing steadily better, and this was kind of, you can see this coming a little bit. Your shooting been getting better and everything else. Did you feel a night like this coming up?
Nah, yeah, I did. I've just been in a gym working on my shot and on my craft, and tonight it just showed.
Is it just to make sure you defend your home court right now?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. We don't want to lose and disappoint our fans at home. We want to protect the home court and try to go undefeated for the whole season. So it's just, just us trying to work towards being a better basketball team too.
Jalen, what was clicking for you during the first 3 minutes and 30 seconds? You got that 11-point run right there, sparked by that alley-oop.
Yeah, once I had dunked the alley-oop, it just gave my momentum back, and once I hit my first 3, then everything just started falling into place. And once my teammates started finding me, I was hitting it, then the fans was loving it, I was loving it, so.
Did it feel good to kind of get the fans in the game, that early?
Yeah, I do, yeah. Thanks to Coach sending off, drawing up that play, Yeah.
That's a new one that hadn't been in the playbook?
Uh,
Or just
First
not the
time?
playbook for you?
No, first time.
Yeah.
First time we ran it this year.
Yeah.
Probably been in his book for a minute though.
Yeah.
He got a bunch of those.
A lot of plays.
Jimmy, this is probably more for you. How do you feel the team's coming around with all the new faces, all the new whatever, ins and outs, and lineups and whatever? I saw a bunch of different lineups today at different points in the game. Just how do you see things coming around?
I think it's coming around well. We got sort of like a formula to win, and it's working well. And we just gaining more trust with each other, and I feel like with this team, we just gonna keep growing and getting better and better. Like Coach said, we didn't even play our best balls, and we won by 16. So we just got to continue to keep getting better.
What's that formula?
To rebound the ball at a high level, defend, and play inside out. That's about it.
Any other questions for the players?
All right, fellas.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Jalen.
Stay off your feet.
All right, Coach.
All right, Jimbo, good job. Jaywalk, good job. Everybody's getting sick. Me too. I am too. You all right?
No, I've been sick all week.
Oh, I'm sick too.
I'm Slippy and I have probably the same stuff. Rob, was there any concern? Was there any
You're right.
concern when they had that run?
Yes.
The 10-2 run, and then started cutting that big lead down. Was there much concern on the bench that they to really start building the momentum?
Listen, I know they're a good team, and I said at halftime they weren't gonna quit. 4 senior starters, some really, really good players. So we started off the half, it was like trading baskets, and then we turned it over a couple times, and they went on that run. But I think, and I don't have it in front of me, but I think Dez hit a big 3 then that sort of stopped the momentum. Dez played really well. His defensive rebounding to me and his defense on Lynn were the biggest things that he did well. But then he hit that big 3 that I think it had gotten to 9, and that stretched it to 12. And you know, we got some stops, and we were able to keep the lead.
What were you more worried about,
Well, not taking care of the
scoring,
basketball. Yeah,
or-
just not taking care of the basketball. And again, tonight we had 22 turnovers, which is probably I don't want it's not double because we've had more than 11, but it's by far the most turnovers we've had on the year. And excuse me, just making sure we're getting shots, and then making sure the ball got inside as opposed to settling for jumpers. So if you were to say, okay, what were you worried about? Just taking care of the basketball, the biggest thing, because they got some breakout steal layups in transition. There's no defense for that.
You only had 7 turnovers in the
First half, yeah, and that's high for us. We had 4 in the last game.
In the first half or total?
Last game we played, we had 4 total turnovers.
Against
So,
Against Niagara?
yeah, so when we had 7, I thought that was a big number. And then I look around, and all of a sudden we're at 14 with 10 minutes to go. We had another 7 in the first 10 minutes of the second half.
Right.
Yeah.
What, anything?
No, I'm sorry, I cut you
That's
off.
okay. No, that's okay. Was it a matter of you getting sloppy?
Yeah,
or them
a little of
turning
both.
up their-
Yeah, a little of both. They pressured the basketball. They got out in the passing lanes a little bit, and I thought we were careless with the ball. And then we took care of it for a couple minutes, got some stops, got some transition baskets, and then late in the game we got a little careless again. You know, when they pressed, Jimmy had, I think, 2 or 3 turnovers against the press. 3, he had a 5-second call.
By that time.
Yeah, the game was a little bit stretched out, but to start the second half, 7 in the first 10 minutes, I know I remember seeing that, and that's 7 for a half is too much for us. So 7 in the first 10 minutes of the second half.
But a lot of them were, you had a couple palms.
Yeah, those are bad
which were
turnovers.
weird-
We shouldn't have those.
Weird, a couple.
Yeah.
You know.
Listen,
I
we
wanna
shouldn't
say
have
they
those.
were turnovers that weren't forced.
Yeah,
They weren't-
yeah. Well, I agree.
Do you think it's because you're so young?
I just think we got, we got a lead, and then we got careless with the basketball. That's really what I would say. You know, I just thought we got careless with the ball. Our point guards going into tonight, it was, I think, 48 assists, 11 turnovers on the season. You know, and tonight we were 5-5. And then Jimmy has had a incredible assist to turnover rate on the year, and he sort of ruined that tonight with 4 and 8. And he had a great game. I mean, a great game. But he had 3 turnovers in the last 2 minutes of the game. 5-second call, dribbled it behind his back, and tried to beat the press, and it got deflected. Those I know, they had 3 just in the last 2 minutes.
I'll ask you the same I asked him, where are you with how this team's coming around? I mean, are you still scratching your head a little bit?
No.
Still-
I think we have room for improvement still. I think that I think we can still get better, and that's a good thing, I think. You know, again, as I looked at the box score and I talked to our team, look, we played well, and I thought we beat a good team. But when you look at the box score and see that we had 22 turnovers and they had 17 offensive rebounds. Now, they didn't score a lot on their offensive rebounds, but they had 17. You say, okay, they went to the foul line more than we did. Like, there's still room for us to get better. We still have room for improvement. So that's going to be the focus here this week, is trying to get better from last week to this next week.
I know exactly what you're going to have, obviously, with all new people, but did you ever imagine, 5 games in the home, you're averaging 95 games?
No, I did not. I mean, that's just being honest. No. Yeah. We've shot the ball well at home. We've done a great job sharing the basketball all year pretty much, but specifically at home. You know, take away the turnover, 17 assists is a good number. And we've done a good job offensive rebounding all year. So, you put all that together, and we've been able to get some points. I think that's totally the guys, the way that we're playing, right? I mean, we're moving the ball, we're getting up and down the floor. When we get out in transition, we're pretty good, and when we're able to get stops, we're able to get out in transition, and our point guards are good passers. They're finding guys.
Can you just talk about Jalen and I mean,
Yeah.
think you kind of saw this coming a little. He has been playing better and better.
Yeah, great game for him. Tonight was his night, and the biggest thing I think with the team is, okay, like Mitch really struggled tonight. Maybe the next game will be his game. Dez, I thought, was really good. The rebounding that he had late in the game was fantastic for Dez. Maybe next game is Jarrell's game. I don't know. When we go out there and play, I try to get a feel on how they're playing and how into it they are. Mitch hadn't he didn't practice very good the last couple days, and that's going to be my message to him. Like, you practice well, you play well. Jalen Avery and Kevin, they've sort of been consistent. Kevin wasn't as good today as he had been, but we have 11 guys, 12 guys when Danny's back. And a lot of them play, so they'll get opportunities, and they got to be ready when they get their opportunity.
Are you starting to see that? I mean, I would think that would translate into some pretty good.
Yeah, we've had good practices. We have. Yeah. We didn't have a great practice yesterday, but we've had good practices, generally speaking. Yeah. We had a great walkthrough today. Like, I knew our guys were ready to play today.
Any other questions for Coach?
See you next Sunday.
Yeah.
See you next Sunday.